Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning to all. Right. Right, guys. Then how are you doing, guys, during this COVID situation? All of you are fine, right? All of you are safe, right, sir? Yeah. Then myself is good. Yes, Vinod, that's good, fine. But actually, the situation is the two worst in outside because even I found some of the situations, some of the families they suffered, total families and families. It's not like a single member in a family. At my village, especially at villages, might be where people are suffering a lot. So myself, I came from Andhra side, and where at my village, so one person got COVID. COVID, one person got COVID. He was a positive, but in his family, nearly seven members are there. All seven members are getting positive now. That unfortunate thing is, in that family, 1 year kid is there. 1 year kid, baby, 1 year baby. The baby is also positive. See, guys, then where and how the situations are going on and outside. Yeah, then 1 year baby and she got positive. Then how can we bear this kind of situations? 1 year baby, then what she has done? Yeah, yeah, that was the problem. Then the unfortunate thing is they went to some hospitals. Then no hospital is ready to take COVID people now. All beds are full. Then total hospitals are full. So no hospital is available to accept the new patients. Then where they have to join? Then immediately and they went to their home. They made their home is the total quarantine, home quarantine. They was there, and they're following some precautions and some medicines as per the sections. See, then in a home quarantine also, as per my view, what I'm telling to you, if you are not getting any breathing problem, until and unless you are not getting any breathing problem, then it's okay, fine. But once you are getting breathing problem, once the people are getting breathing problem, home quarantine is not sufficient, where oxygen and all the facilities must be required. Where is the chance to provide that? So that's why it's a danger. Then home quarantine is up to basic level, it's okay. But once breathing problem and somewhat severe problems are coming, definitely home quarantine is not sufficient. Where we are unable to get oxygen cylinders and all, right? Where is the chance for us? Going on, really thinking about it. Yeah, there is a problem, guys. Then public is also be not taking it is in much serious. They are thinking somebody else is suffered from COVID now. But when the situation is coming to them, then all they are recognized. They are realizing now. But actually, they are not realizing total situation. Even I've seen in Hyderabad also, people are as usual regularly how they are doing work and they are coming in outside and they are roaming on boats now. Even unnecessary also, some people are roaming in outside. Seen that. I see. The two worst thing is just even early morning also. In this time also, if you go outside and if we observe that like what I'm telling there, that bar, that means bar centers, something else like which one, liquid bar centers there where people are maybe 15 to 20 members are standing in a queue. Uh, right, then where controlling is going on? Sir? The government is getting money now. Then to run the government, they require money. They are relaxed and they are allowing all the things now. But people are suffering every day. 10,000 cases or 15,000 cases every day from a single state. And how going on? So guys, anyway, then I'm telling to all of you. So don't go outside unnecessarily. Just follow the rules and regulations and be safe. Be safe. So understand it clearly. What I'm telling you. Be safe. What if even for vegetables also if you want to go outside, I'm thinking about it much. Right, sir. Here also the same worst situation, sir. I have 21 months old kid. Oh. Okay, fine. Samatha, good. Yeah, then definitely you may create 21 months old kid. We are just top. But take care, take care. Don't go outside unnecessarily. Take care. So you and your child is more important. Right? Take precautions, all of you guys. Follow that. And I think so. Then if you require the precautions, I can share the precautions. Already I had the precautions list on my then COVID-19 exactly. And one of my student, she suffered from COVID actually. Then she was in quarantine. She recovered completely, and again she tried to attend my classes. Then I asked her, then tell me what we followed the total schedule, right from morning to evening, what we followed. Can you give the total document? Like this, I asked her there. She prepared this document and she shared this document to me actually. Right. Then what are the medicines she has taken and what exactly she has taken and all. I think so. A little bit Telugu is also mixed here. Observe this. So this total thing she has prepared that. And if you want to get it, then I will share this in a Google Classroom, what I prepared, or else in the questions box, just I'm copy and paste this in the question box, guys, where you type these messages to me. I'm providing in questions box. I'm providing this in question box. Now try to copy that content, total content. Now I'm copying that in questions box, guys, and I'm sending to all of you. Can you check it, guys? Have you got any of this message? Have you got this total message? Yes. Yes, guys, just try to copy and paste in our notepad. Prepare a notepad and where just copy and paste. It will be useful. Not only you, just I'm not thinking it might be utilized by you. Then if any person near to you suffering with this problem, so then as for the recovered person, I'm see even if any normal persons are giving, I'll not think about it. But she recovered completely from COVID, and she followed the same diet and the same thing. So then better to use that, right, sir? This is one thing. Then see at my evening core yoga batches, almost all 3 to 4 members suffered from the same problem, COVID. They find with COVID, and they're in quarantine. From quarantine itself, they're attending classes, guys. From quarantine itself, and they're attending classes now. That was amazing thing. But anyway, then Java I can teach at any number of times, sir, no problem. But life is important. So then our life is very very important. That's it. Did not receive it completely. Guys, the last one, daily must take fruits. I got up to this. Guys, totally, I think so. You are getting totally right. I selected totally, sir. Control A. Copy. Then what she has given, I'm following that, sir. Evening, night medicine, sir. Control A, Control C. Okay, fine. 1 minute, 1 minute. I will share with you. Then every time it is coming up to this Dolo 650 only, sir. 1 minute, wait. 1 minute, wait. Up to Dolo 650, it is coming. The remaining part is not coming. Yeah, now I will copy. Sir. Oh, guys, and I think so. It's having some restriction, number of characters restrictions there. I'll provide one more time. I'll provide one more time. Otherwise, I will share this document in a Google Classroom, guys. No need to worry for that. And now the remaining part is submitted. Now, just we can take it. Anyway, then I will share this through Google Classroom code, and it might be useful for you. Then I will share that. Anyway, then remaining part also I submitted now. Just we can start with that. Good. Right, yes, that's fine. Now let's come for our content and Google Classroom. I will share that. No need to think much about it. Right. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute wait. And Core Java 8. Guys, now all of you take this classroom coach. Those who are not taking this classroom code, please all of you take this classroom coach. This is the classroom code. Please all of you take this classroom coach. Those who are new members today, yesterday might be, then take this classroom coach. Yes, sir. If you take this classroom code, just please type done. Then I'll move forward. I'll forward it. Take this classroom code, guys. Those who are not having this classroom code, try to take the screenshot at least. At the above, you are getting screenshots, or maybe in mobile phone, or maybe we can type this. We can write it. Then if you take this now, try to type done. Okay, good. 1 minute, sir. Okay, fine. Then I will share this one, COVID-19, and my desktop is available. So where COVID-19? Right, sir. Now just I posted now. Just you can use the text file. Then where might be she has given some what she followed to come out from this situation. What she followed, she had given that information. Now try to check this. Right. Yes. Anyway, just leave this one. But finally, what I'm telling to all of you guys, be safe. That's it. That's my thing. As you are, might be then as I know you, then must be safe. Do it. So now come to the content, guys. Then in the last class, just I completed like what I completed there. Totally Java history. That what I completed. The background story, then how Java is coming, what exactly the things are available. The Java history that I completed. Already regarding these last two classes videos are also be available on YouTube and as well as in like which one in our Google Drive. Those who are registered already for this course, we submitted these videos to you. Just we can check that videos for the sake of this backup purpose. Then today I want to discuss about like which one differences between Java and others. This topic I want to discuss with you. And yesterday giving clarity why I'm going to take this particular topic as an introduction classes. No, so first one is if any of you are thinking I'm not aware about C, C++, yes, I want to learn Java. Is it possible or not? If you are getting this type of question, answer for this question is now I'm talking about differences between Java and others. It will give more clarity for you. Then it will give more information to you. Even we are not having any awareness on C and C++, still we can learn Java. That to show that point, I've taken this particular one. And moreover, if you go for interviews now, as you specify the technology set like C, C++, Java, and so on, then where interviewer may ask a question to you, tell me, how can you differentiate Java from other programming languages? At least at a high level. At a high level, can you tell me the differences between Java and others? They may get this type of question. So there at least we have to answer for this question. That's why I'm taking this particular thing. Nearly nine differences are identified between Java and C, C++. In the case of these differences between Java and others, here totally comparison is going on in between Java with C and C++, not with Python, guys. Why? Because right from starting point of Java, always Java is compared with C and C++, but I don't know what is the reason why people are not having any comparison with Python. But still, I compared I found some differences between Java and Python as I'm teaching both the technologies. At some other time, we'll discuss about the differences between Java and Python. But as of now, we are going to discuss about the differences between Java with the C and C++. This comparison kit we are going to talk. Right, sir. Now check this one. The very first difference I specified to you, C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Right, sir. So now, before understanding C, C++, Java, static or dynamic, before understanding these points, first, first, first of all, know, we want to know when a programming language is a static programming language and when a programming language is a dynamic programming language. This question here we want to know, guys. When a programming language is static programming language and when a programming language is a dynamic programming language, that we want to know. But if you want to know even this point also, I want to give some clarity. Now try to understand this point, guys. I will simple questions I want to ask you. Now try to answer for my questions. Very simple questions to all of you. That's a very simple question to all of you guys. Now please try to answer for it. For example, I've written a C program, sir. If it is a C program, I must use that extension might be .c file. .c. The file name is like which one? Some name abc.c or maybe program.c, something else, whatever, maybe .c file. Why I'm writing this program actually, main intention of writing this program is to get output. See, every program we are writing for the sake of performing some actions, for the sake of getting some output, some results. For the sake of getting some results only, we are going to write that programs. Good. Okay, fine. After writing program, how we are able to get outputs? After writing programs, guys, how we are able to get outputs now? Definitely, after writing program, we have to execute our program or not. When we execute our program, then only we are able to get outputs. If you are not executing that program, then we are unable to get output. So after writing the program, you must execute the program. So here we have to perform execution. Then here we have to perform like which one? Execution. When we execute the program, then only output will be generated. Guys, all of you remember one more point clearly. Who will execute our C program? Execution we have to do. Then we are able to get output. That's okay, fine. But who will execute that program? Come on, guys. All of you understand it now. Who will execute our program? Right. If we come for this first question, answer will be very simple. What is the answer here? I'm telling to you, sir. What is the answer here? I'm telling to you. Guys, all of you observe this clearly. What is the answer here? I'm telling to you. C programs are executed by an engine, a software called as C engine. For example, C++ programs are executed by an engine called as C++ engine. Similarly, Java programs are executed by an engine called as Java engine. Guys, all of you understand it clearly, what I'm telling you. Python programs are executed by an engine called as Python engine. Listen. C programs are executed by an engine called as like which one? C programs are executed by an engine called as like which one? C engine. C++ programs are executed by an engine called as C++ engine. Java programs are executed by an engine called as Java engine. Hold here. Java engine is called as JVM. Java programs are executed by an engine called as Java engine. The Java engine is also be called as JVM. Guys, can you tell me what is the abbreviation for JVM? What you are thinking about JVM? Can you tell me what is that JVM? What is that abbreviation for JVM? As you know already. Come on, please type in chat window. Type in questions box. What is the meaning of JVM? JVM. Any abbreviation? That's perfect. Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine. That's perfect, guys. Java Virtual Machine. Good. Similarly, Python programs are executed by an engine called as Python engine. Python engine is also be called as PVM, in which way JVM is there. In the same way, PVM. Tell me, guys, what is this PVM? What is this PVM? Can you tell me? Can you elaborate it? In which way you elaborated Java Virtual Machine JVM? In the same way, can you elaborate what is this PVM? PVM. So VM, same virtual machine. But what is this P? That P is like which one? Python. Python Virtual Machine. Yeah, these abbreviations are very simple. Just we can guess it. Java Virtual Machine for Java programs execution. PVM, Python Virtual Machine for Python applications execution. Good. Anyway, remember this terminology. So, who will perform this execution in the sense? C engine will perform this execution, and then we are able to get some output. That means what I'm telling to you. So here we have written the C program. Then when I provide the C program to my C engine, then C engine has to execute this code and it has to give some output. This is a process what I'm expecting now. But guys, here there is a problem. Actually, there is a problem with this mechanism. What is this problem here? Tell me, sir. Now here I prepared my C program. .c file I have written. Tell me, inside this .c file, which code is available? Is that source code or executable code? Come on, guys. Inside this .c, what we are having, source code or executable code? Is that source code or executable code? Now tell me, inside my C program, which code is available? Source code or executable code? Yes, perfect. Perfect. Ashutosh and Gil and Deepak. Akona. Right, perfect. Source code. Now tell me, this source code has written in a high level representation or not? That means developer understandable representation or not? Source code was provided in a high level representation or not? High level representation in the sense developer understandable representation or not? Guys, you have to be respond for me time to time. Then only you can understand these points clearly. All of you guys observe this clearly. That program .c file we have written inside this .c file, high level representation is available or not? High level language is provided or not? Say yes or no. Just I'm waiting for a response. High level representation, that is developer understandable representation. So what is that actually? Nothing else, sir. Int I is equal to 0, int I is equal to 10. This is like which one? High level program. Int that we can understand integer value. I is a variable name. Is equal to is an operator. 10 is a value. Semicolon terminator. That we know. That is in our understandable format. That what we have written. So this language, this type of representation is called as like which one? High level representation. Guys, observe this clearly. When I provide this high level program to my C engine, what C engine has to do? That C engine has to execute this high level program and it has to give some output. But unfortunately, what happened? A C engine is not executing this high level program. C engine is not executing our high level program. Why, sir? Why C engine is not executing our high level program? Any reason for it? No. Why C engine is not executing our high level program? Any reason for it? Understand my point here now. That C engine is unable to understand a high level representation, and C engine is able to understand only low level representation. Low level representation only it able to understand, it unable to understand high level representation. Developer understandable representation is high level, mission understandable representation is low level representation. These low level representations are required for CNJ, but here we provided only high level representation. What is that example for low level representation? In our C program, you wrote int I is equal to 10 semicolon, we have written, but the same thing is required for C engine in the form of like which one? No, zeros and ones here. We can understand it clearly. That int I is equal to 10 semicolon, that must be represented in the form of like which one? Zeros and ones. That we require. So C engine required the code in the form of zeros and ones. That is mission language. That is mission level representation, low level representation. But here developer is able to provide program in high level representation. Developer is unable to write program in mission level representation, but C engine is unable to understand high level representation. So some communication gap is identified. Some gap is identified between high level representation and low level representation. Yes, definitely some gap is identified between high level representation and a low level representation. Please all of you respond for my question what I'm telling you guys. Everybody has to understand it now. High level representation and low level representations are available. So high level representation is required to the developer to prepare program, but the low level representation is required for C engine to execute the program. So here we are getting some communication gap. So if you want to run our program, then what we have to do, guys? Now tell me, no. If you want to run my program here in this state, in this particular situation, if I want to run my program, then what I have to do, guys? Now tell me what I have to do. Any idea? If I want to run my program here, then what we have to do? Simply we have to convert our program from high level representation to low level representation or not? Convert our program from high level representation to low level representation or not? Yes, exactly. We have to convert our program from high level representation to low level representation. That's perfect answer. We have to convert it. Right, yes. You are giving right answer, perfectly right answer. So we need to convert that program from high level representation to low level representation. That's okay, fine. So now I want to take this conversion mechanism here. I want to convert my program, so I want to take this conversion mechanism here. But what this conversion mechanism has to do? It has to take this program in high level. It has to convert that program into low level. It has to convert this program into low level. And the low level code has to be provided. That low level code has to be provided in the form of a separate file. That low level code has to be provided in the form of a separate file. That file I want to take as like which one? That file I want to take as like which one? .exe file. That file I want to take as like which one? .exe file. Inside this .exe file, what I'm expecting, guys? Now tell me no. Inside this .exe file, what I'm expecting now? I'm expecting like which one? Like low level code only. That is in the form of zeros and ones only. Low level code, directly executable code. I'm expecting directly. So this .exe file contains low level code. After this clearly. So this is like which one? Low level representation. Right, sir. Low level representation here we are getting. So whenever we are getting this low level representation, if we give that low level representation to, our C engine, what C engine is able to do now? C engine is able to take that low level code. The C engine will execute this low level code and it able to provide some outputs. As all of you have to this clearly. First of all, what we have done? First of all, we have taken a source code in the form of .c file. That source code was given to like which one? Like converter. Now I want to say this converter is called as like which one? A translator, a translation or translator I want to take, and it will take source code in a high level and it able to convert that high level code to low level. That low level code will be given to like which one? C engine. Now C engine will execute that code. C engine is able to provide some output. Guys, now up to this clearly, whatever the translation process here we have taken to translate program from high level representation to low level representation, to perform translating program from high level representation to low level representation, we have to use a translation mechanism. That translation mechanism is called as compilation. The translation mechanism is called as which one? Compilation. Guys, all of you got my point now? What compilation is able to perform? Can you tell me? What compilation is able to perform? Can you tell me now? Come on, guys. You must be active. Then we have to give answers for my question. As you understood it now. What compilation is able to perform now? Tell me. What compilation is able to perform now? Tell me. Converts a program from high level representation to low level representation. Converts a program from high level representation to low level representation. So that high level representation would be our understandable representation. Low level representation would be machine understandable representation. Our understandable representation to machine understandable representation we converted. For that purpose, we are performing like one compilation. Right, guys. Good. This is the meaning of like which one? Compilation, guys. That's okay. Good. Next one is another point is like which one? So compilation responsibility we understood, but another responsibility what I'm telling you, whenever we have written program, directly don't execute this program directly. Why? Because then we are writing the program. We may have a number of mistakes in our program. So the fundamental right for a human being is which one? Doing mistakes only. Definitely while writing our program, we may have a number of problems. But without checking mistakes in our program, we should not execute that program. Without executing this program, we should not execute this program. Without checking this program, we should not execute this program. So before going to execute this program, we have to check the errors. We have to check our mistakes in our program. So for checking errors, for error checking point of view also, for error checking process also, we have to go for which one? Compilation. So here we have to use like which one? Compilation. Guys, I'm asking one question directly to all of you. Please respond for me. What exactly the compilation responsibilities? Compilation, what it able to do? Compilation responsibilities are what? What exactly the compilation responsibilities are available? So we can observe this clearly. Compilation responsibilities are two responsibilities are available. What are the two responsibilities here? First one is translate program from high level representation to low level representation. Translate program from high level representation to low level representation. Then, and the second responsibility is like what now? What is that second responsibility here? It should be like which one? Checking, error checking before executing program. error checking before executing program. That's it. These are the two responsibilities of compilation. It's not like line by line, guys. The total source code will be stored in a single location and it able to follow. Okay, fine. Of course, line by line error checking it able to follow. No problem. We can understand it like this. No problem, guys. So they are the two responsibilities of the compilation. That's okay, fine. What is the purpose of this execution, guys? Now tell me, what is the meaning of execution? Now tell me, what is the responsibility of this execution? Nothing, sir. Execution responsibility is like which one? Processing binary code. Processing binary code. Right. Processing binary code and generating results. Processing binary code and generating results. They are the two responsibilities of like which one? Execution. That's it. Guys, all of you are getting my points now? Please confirm to me. All of you are following these points, what I'm explaining now? All of you are following these points, what I'm explaining now? Yes. Right, sir. It's very simple. What I am telling to you, just I'm introducing compilation and execution. That's it, not more than that. Why, sir? Why we are discussing all these points now? What is the requirement to discuss about all these points now? To understand C and C++ are static programming languages and Java is dynamic programming language. To understand this particular point only, I need some basics. That basics I'm discussing now. Compilation and execution, both I'm discussing. Clear? That's fine. Good. Right, guys. Now try to follow this next point. No, listen carefully. The time when we perform compilation, the time when we perform compilation is called as static time. Don't relate with the static keyword. Again, I'm telling you now. Is a terminology. The time when we perform compilation is called as static time. It also be called as compilation time. The time when we perform compilation is a static time and compilation time. That's it. Right, sir. Interpretation, Aditya, interpretation is execution process, sir. Compilation is a translation mechanism. Both are different. Interpreter will execute the program, but compiler will convert the program. That's a lot of differences there. Understood, Aditya? Sir, understand what I'm saying? Aditya, you raised this question. What's the difference between interpretation and compilation? Compilation is a translation mechanism, but interpretation is the line-by-line execution mechanism. Processing is going on at interpretation. Compilation in the sense like which one? Translation. But the time when we perform execution, guys, that is called as runtime and is also be called as like which one? Dynamic time. It also be called as like which one? Dynamic time. Guys, all of you observe this. Dynamic time, runtime, dynamic time, static time, compilation time. Like this terminologies are existed. So almost all our required terminologies are C and C++ are static programming languages and Java is dynamic programming language. So almost all here we introduced static time and dynamic time. Static time and dynamic time here we introduced now. Almost all we are coming to close to our point here. Let's compare it. This is one point. Next, I'm asking one more question, guys. Now try to observe this clearly. All of you know. I'm asking one more question to you. Now, listen, all of you listen carefully. I'm asking one more question to you. For example, int I is equal to 10 semicolon I provided, sir. Int I is equal to 10. Fine. When we compile this instruction in C program, int I is equal to 10. When we compile this program in C program, C file, can you tell me what exactly the thing is going on internally? When we provide int I is equal to 10 in our program, then what exactly the thing is going on internally? Can you tell me, guys? Now tell me no. What's going on internally? Internally, memory will be created or not? Come on, guys. I'm expecting your answers now. When we provide int I is equal to 10 in our C program, when we compile it, internally what happened? Compiler will assign bytes of memory. How many bytes of memory? That depends on programming language. In the case of C and C++, that 2 bytes of memory will be taken for integer. So that memory location name is which one? Memory location name is I. That memory location name is I, where 2 bytes of memory is going on. Good. Next one is memory location name is which one? I. Inside this memory location, which data will be stored? Which data will be stored inside this memory location? 10 will be stored. Here 10 is a value that will be stored. That's okay, good. So finally, this is going to happen internally when we compile it I is equal to 10. Guys, please put more concentration. Here itself, I'm giving one conclusion. What is the conclusion I'm telling to you? This 2 bytes of memory is allocated on the base of what, sir? Now tell me here, inside this second section. Here, int I equal 10 semicolon. These many parts are available. On the base of what this 2 bytes of memory is created? Now tell me. On the base of 10, 2 bytes of memory is created. On the base of equal operator, 2 bytes of memory is created. Or on the base of I, 2 bytes of memory is created. Or on the base of int, 2 bytes of memory is created. Now tell me. On the base of what 2 bytes of memory is created? Now tell me. I'm waiting for a response, guys. All of you, please respond for me now. On the basis of what 2 bytes of memory is created? Yes, exactly on the basis of int, on the basis of data type, on the basis of data type, on the basis of int only, 2 bytes of memory is created, not on the basis of 10. So here, first memory will be created, after the 10 value will be stored now. So on the basis of integer, on the basis of int only, 2 bytes of memory is created. Inside these 2 bytes of memory, the 10 value will be stored. So it means that data types are providing memory allocations or not. That means memory allocations are provided for data types or not. Memory allocations are provided for on the basis of data types or not. Please respond for me. Memory allocation is provided on the basis of data types or not. Good. Data types. That's fine. So now the point what I required, memory allocation for the data types. Now tell me, some data types are available in all programming languages. Which data types are available in all programming languages, guys? Say, for example, maybe int, or maybe float, or maybe long, or maybe double, or maybe char. Like this, data types are available. Good. Can I say all these data types? Can I say all these data types as? Can I say all these data types as primitive data types? Can I say all these data types as primitive data types? Come on, guys. Once again, I'm asking you, can I say all these data types as primitive data types? No. All these data types as a primitive data types. So these data types are like which one? Primitive data types. Good. Now tell me, for primitive data types, memory is required or not? For primitive data types, memory will be allocated or not? Primitive means just a name, sir. That's it. Two data types are available: primitive data types and secondary data types. Primary data types and secondary data types. That we can understand. They are fundamental data types, not more than that. So these primitive data types are required some memory allocation or not? Yes, understand it clearly. Now I'm giving conclusion. Guys. All of you have this clearly now. If any programming language, please remember my statement. Two statements I'm telling you. Please put all of you know. Put all of your mind now. Put all of your concentration here. So what I'm telling to you, if any programming language providing memory allocation for primitive data types at a compilation time, if any programming language providing memory allocation for primitive data types at a compilation time, then that programming language is called as static programming language. That programming language is called as, like which one? Static programming language. Guys, put more concentration what I'm telling you. If any programming language is providing memory allocation for primitive data types at the compilation time, then that programming language is called as static programming language. Good, that's fine. Next up, if any programming language providing or allowing memory allocation for primitive data types at the runtime, then that programming language is called as dynamic programming language. If any programming language allowing memory allocation for primitive data types at a compilation time, then that programming language is called as static programming language. If any programming language allowing memory allocation for primitive data types at the runtime, then the type of programming language is called as like which one? Dynamic programming language. As all of you understand it, what I'm telling you. So what is static programming language? What is dynamic programming language? Now here we are discussing about this point clearly now. Right, so now, yes, I'm going to give these conclusions in the form of written format. So easily we can understand it. Now here I'm telling you, if any programming language allows memory allocation for primitive data types at compilation time, then that programming language is called as static programming language. If any programming language allows memory allocation for primitive data types at compilation time, then that programming language is static programming language. Examples: C and C++. Why? Because in the C and C++ applications, memory will be allocated. Memory will be allocated at the time of compilation only. Compilation only, not at runtime. That's fine. Right, sir. Good. Next one is, then after that, what is the next point here I'm telling you? Exactly. If any programming language allows memory allocation, 1 minute guys, so it is not provided. If any programming language allows memory allocation for primitive data types at the runtime, then that programming language called as dynamic programming language. If any programming language allows memory allocation for primitive data types at runtime, then that programming language is called as dynamic programming language. Examples are Java and Python. Of course, I'm not going to talk about this Python, but example point of view I'm telling there. In the future, when we have some separate time, then we will talk about Python and all. But at present, we can understand like with one Java. Right, sir? Java. Guys, all of you observe this clearly, what I'm telling you. Java and Python, what I'm providing to you. Java is like which one? A dynamic programming language. Right, sir? That's fine. But I'm giving clarity why Java is a dynamic programming language. In Java applications, memory will be allocated for primitive data types at runtime only. Memory will be allocated for the data types at a runtime only, not at the compilation time. Because of this reason, we can conclude Java is like which one? A dynamic programming language. Guys, I'm able to give one more note. Now try to answer for my questions. No, I'm asking few questions to you. Please generalize it. Generalized questions only I'm telling you. Now try to answer for my questions, guys. Guys, now tell me, Java is an object-oriented programming language or not? Come on, guys. I'm asking to you know. Java is an object-oriented programming language or not? Definitely yes. Definitely yes. Definitely yes, sir. Right, sir. Java is an object-oriented programming language. No doubt for that. Right, sir. Devabrata Sahu. Yes, it is an object-oriented programming language only. Don't say no. It's an object-oriented programming language. So what's the meaning of object-oriented programming language? What's the meaning of object-oriented programming language? In object-oriented programming languages, data will be represented in the form of objects. In object-oriented programming languages, data will be represented in the form of object. Exactly. Data will be represented in the form of objects. In object-oriented programming languages, data will be represented in the form of objects. Understand, guys, what I'm telling you? Good. In the form of objects. That's okay, fine. Data will be represented in the form of like which one? Objects. Okay, fine. What is an object? What is this object actually? Data will be represented in the form of objects only. That's okay, fine. I understood. But what is an object? Object is a memory block, not more than that. Object is a memory block. When we create an object, in the sense, we are creating a memory for the data. Memory is created for the data. Listen carefully. Okay, fine. Whenever we are creating a memory that is an object, automatically memory allocation will be performed. Memory allocation will be provided for primitive data. When we create an object, in the sense, memory will be created. When we create a memory, means that memory will be created for primitive data. That means directly what I'm relating now, memory allocation for primitive data type is going on whenever we are creating an object. When we create an object, memory allocation will be provided for primitive data types. That's going on. That is a statement what I'm telling you now. When we are creating an object, automatically memory will be created for primitive data types. Right. Now understand it clearly. In C++, objects are creating at a compilation time. Objects are creating at compilation time in the sense like which one can know static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation. Come on guys. In C++, objects are creating at compilation time in the sense is that static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation. Memory is created at static time or dynamic time. Static memory allocation. Good, that's fine. But in Java, please respond for my question. But in Java, objects are created. Objects are creating at the runtime. Objects are creating at runtime means that which memory allocations are now tell me? Objects are creating at runtime in the sense which memory allocation it is now tell me? Is that static memory allocation or dynamic memory allocation? Definitely dynamic memory allocation. Definitely dynamic memory allocation. Right, sir. Not at static memory allocation, not at compilation time, at runtime only. So by this also we can conclude that Java is a dynamic, whereas C++ is which one? Static. C++ is like static programming language, and Java is like which one? Dynamic programming language. That's it. Now this is what exactly the point I'm trying to say to you clearly. Right, sir. Static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation, nothing, sir. As I said to you clearly, here itself we can understand it, no? Compilation time is nothing but which one? Static time. Execution time is nothing but like which one? Dynamic time. Aditya, please follow my words. Compilation time is nothing but static time, and execution time in the sense like which one? Dynamic time. If memory allocation is going in at compilation time, then it is called as like which one? Static memory allocation. If the memory allocation is going in at runtime, then it is called as like which one? Dynamic memory allocation. Okay, fine. If any programming language allows memory allocation at compilation time, that is static memory allocation, that is called a static programming language. If any programming language allows memory allocation at runtime, dynamic memory allocation, then it is called as like which one? Dynamic programming language. That's it. Not more than that. Static in the sense compilation time, dynamic in the sense like which one? Runtime. Yes, sir. Aditya, understand what I'm saying to you. That's fine. Good. So this is the total content, guys. What I explained to you. This is the very first point what we understood clearly. Right, sir. Good. Then after that, the first difference we understood. C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. That's the second difference. What I am telling to you. Second difference is this is very very important difference, and everybody has to understand it. Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. This is my statement, guys. Okay, fine. This part I will discuss with you on tomorrow. Why? Because if I start this one, I require nearly hardly 1 hour of time to complete this total content. So I will discuss about this topic on tomorrow. But meanwhile, what I'm telling you guys, just I want to upload this document in a Google Drive. Just I want to upload this one in Google Drive. All right, COVID I provided, and here itself I want to upload this document, guys. Right, and what I have to do, Java 8, Drive Java 8. This is our folder, guys. And now Java 8 document and introduction this today. Then whatever the diagram I prepared, both I want to share with you. Now try to we can utilize this and save it, guys. Then how to open these documents? How to access this drive? Now I will give some clarity. Now try to observe this clearly. Right. First of all, what I'm telling to you. Then once again I'm telling to you guys. Java 8, and I think all of you have taken this classroom code. All of you have taken this classroom code, guys. Now please confirm to me. All you have taken. All of you are having this classroom code. Please say yes or no. All of you are having classroom coach? Say yes or no. Yes. Okay, fine. Then how to access this? I'm going to give clarity now. Try to understand it. First of all, open your Gmail. Open your Gmail, sir. Now this is about like our Gmail. Open your Gmail. Okay, fine. At right side topmost corner, Google Apps are available. Dots. Dots are existed here. 9 dots are available. Google Classroom, right? Google Apps. Click on it. Scroll down. Scroll down. Where Classroom. Classroom is available. Classroom app is available. Click on this Classroom. Click on this Classroom. When I click on this Classroom, here we are able to get an empty space we are getting. But I'm getting these many as I'm preparing this, as I'm doing this. But you may get this empty. Now here plus is available. Plus is available because plus symbol. Click on plus symbol. Join a class. Don't click on create class. If you are clicking on create class, you should be the trainer. But you have to be join with the class. I created class, but you should join with the class. Click on this join class. Then when I click on join class, whatever the classroom code I provided, just try to provide this classroom code. Whatever the classroom code I provided, try to provide classroom code. Then after that, here at right side top corner, join button is available. Join button is existed. Right side topmost corner, click on the join button. Click on this join button. If you click on this join button, automatically you will come to my classroom. This classroom here we are able to get. You will see this one. So today I uploaded this content. But how to open it, sir? How to open it? Don't directly click on it and don't set for like which one download symbol. No, this is only it able to visible. That's it. Then what we have to do? Right click on this file. Right click on this file. Open in new tab. Open in new tab. Right, sir. Right click in file and open in new tab. When we open in new tab, then here we are getting it. There we are able to get download option. There we are able to get download option. Now click on it. If we click on the download option here, we are able to get like which one? Introduction.png file is downloaded. That's all. Understand it, what I'm saying to you now. So here we are able to get it. Now here, sorry. Okay, fine. For example, text file is available. Now directly if we click on it, we are able to get this one. We are not able to download this. Right click on it and a new tab. Open it. There we are getting the download option here. We are getting at the top most on the right side. Click on it. Now here we are able to download this total part java8.exe. Yes, Aditya. Done it. I have done it. So here just we provided this. Now like this here we are able to download. Just open folder and go there. Then we are able to get it. That's it, guys. Now in this way we are able to download all the content. Yeah, this is the way to download this content, guys. So don't click on it. Just right click on it and open in new tab. Then we are able to get it. The classroom videos, if you want to get it, then guys now try to contact with Bhavani, which is a responsible person in our admin. So then she will provide the total details. So that means call with Bhavani and 88977111799 is the number. And Durgasoft online training at gmail.com. Just we can send mail to this one. And she will be in contact with and she will do all this process. What you are expecting, and she will do the total process. Regarding these fee related things or maybe videos related thing, any administration related things, just we can talk with her. She will give total content. Total what you are expecting that service she will provide. But only technical issues and classroom things I'm able to explain to you. But remaining administration kind of things will be taken care by Bhavani. She will do with you. Okay, that's fine, guys. Then I can assign that 5 minutes of time to you. If you have any queries, just we can raise. Then otherwise, we will meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll take session. And one more thing, tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I'm planning for a Python class also. I'm going to take the demo class for Python. If you're interested, just we can attend for it. Yeah, the demo link and anyway, then after the class, she will provide the demo link to you. After the class, she will share that demo link information also to you. Just as per our requirement, if you want to attend for Python, we can attend for Python. No problem, guys. Right, guys. Then, sir, in core Java class also cover program. Definitely. Then, see, this is not for theory, sir. Now we are discussing programming language. Definitely. Initially, a little bit theory we are able to discuss. Next, everything will be programmatic. Every statement I'm able to show through programs. Yeah, then I'm sure about it. Theory and as well as program. Can we learn Java and Python together? Yes, no problem. We can learn it. That will be the right option. As per my view, learning Python and Java both at a time is a time-saving process. You can understand easily. You will not get any problem. Sure. Yes, Govind Solanki. Whose WhatsApp contact is this? That's also be. I think so might be out. That is a common number for our admin, Pavitra ma'am. It's a common number for total Durgasoft. Whatever the number you provided, that's common number for total. Even Bhavani will be available there also. Right. Yeah. Yeah, Gil, no problem. Just we can ask that. Yeah, no problem. Then Pavitra ma'am, then that is also our number, our office number. Ravindra Reddy. Not Python session tomorrow, I think so. Tomorrow at what time there? At 10 o'clock. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock class is going on. Demo class. Tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow class is going on. Python class, not today. And tomorrow demo class I'm going to take. Just try to attend for demo class, then we can clarify what we are having here. Not to worry for that. Yes, tomorrow. See, Core Java and Python both are different technologies, sir. No prerequisite for both of them. Individually, we can learn both of them. Don't think for Python, Core Java is prerequisite. No, no such kind of statements. Java is Java, Python is Python. Just we can go for it. Tomorrow, our Core Java same timing, sir. 8 o'clock I will take no, and Python class would be at 10 o'clock. New batch. Yes. Python also contain US. Can I skip UI in Python package? Yes, definitely, Gil. Then no problem. Then definitely. Yeah, we can skip it. Then we can talk with Bhavani. Then correspondingly she will give some information to you. The package is available. No problem. So just try to provide complete message in a single chat, sir. Pranav, right? What do you ask, sir? Pranav, can you post once again your question? I'm not getting it. What is it different? I'm not getting it. Can you post your question once again? Pranav Bhargav, please can you post once again that question? Acha, Python is related to Java or not? Totally different, sir. Python is different programming language. Java is different programming language. But some features may be similar. Some other features may be different. But both the programming languages are both are programming languages. That's it. In which way C, C++, Java in the same way Python. Yeah. In which way C, C++, Java in the same way Python. Some features are different and some features are same. Yes, sir. Pawan, understood it. What I said. Understand? Right. Thank you. Yes, guys. Anything else? And Pavitra ma'am, then you will receive videos to you Google Drive through Google Drive. Pavitra Sharma. Yeah, no need to search in YouTube. Directly, you will receive a Google Drive. There we can see all of our classes videos. I think so. If you are not getting videos, just try to talk with Bhavani one time, and she will help you then how to get that videos and all. And she will send that videos to you. Definitely, Pavitra ma'am. So no need to search in YouTube. Then directly you will get it Google Drive access. Through the Drive access, we can see that videos. Yeah, yeah. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Tomorrow 8 a.m. only the core Java class. Yes, sir. Then tomorrow 8 a.m. only attend for the class and tomorrow 8 a.m. If any changes are available, and tomorrow I will give that intimation to you. Right, sir. Yes, study material also we are able to get Durga. Definitely, you will get study material and as well as soft copy of our material and our classroom documents. I'll provide like this. Yeah. Thank you, Shweta. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you, Pavitra ma'am. Thanks a lot. Okay, guys, and anything else? Thank you, Vinod. Thank you. Thank you, Harsha sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Sachin. Right, sir. That's fine. I think so. No queries from our side. Then shall we meet on tomorrow, guys? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Yeah, fine. Thank you, guys. Then I'll wind up the session. I'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks to all. Rescission last date. What, sir? I'm not getting it. Devabrata Sahu. I'm not getting it. Rescission last date. When the demo class is finished. Now already we started subject today onwards, sir. Already demo class are completed. Today onwards, maybe within 1 or 2 days after the link is also be changed. Seriously, we started our syllabus from today onwards. Yeah. As within 1 or 2 days after that link is going to be changed. Then try to complete your registration also. Then demo class are completed. Already yesterday it was completed. Then today onwards topic is started. This is part of our syllabus only. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you.